All right, many of you know me. My name is Derek Smith. And on tonight, I want to talk about why prayer should be put back in public school. I learned the other day, and I didn't know this, that school prayer and Bible reading was taken out of school in 1963. A young man by Ellery Skimp, 16 years of age at the time, when he stayed in his seat in high school because he felt like it wasn't fair to stand and pray in the morning. And by this one man's action, they took it a little farther, and they took prayer and Bible reading out of school. That's amazing because from one young man's action, it caused a reaction that took prayer and Bible reading out of school. And I believe if that young man stood up and made a declaration that he was not going to stand and pray in the morning, I believe that he took a stand. I believe it ought to be somebody that would take a stand and say that I believe prayer and Bible reading should be put back in school. And even if you look at it, you really don't have to stand and pray. You can be seated and still pray. So I believe if they would just give us the chance to put it back in school and say that you can't stand up, but you can sit and pray, I'll take that. So as we look at it now, our schools, they are headed for disaster, destruction. Even now, as we look across the world, many disasters have taken place in our schools. It is a shame. I believe it is demonic when little kids go home and bring back a gun and shoot up their fellow students and shoot up their teachers. I believe that we need prayer back in public schools. I believe that prayer and Bible reading is essential to life. Not only do we need it in school, but I believe we need it in our house. And you really cannot take prayer out of school, because if you teach your children at home to pray, and I believe as long as there are tests, pop quiz in school, I believe that there always will be prayer in school. Because there's always going to be somebody that's asking God to help them pass this test. Amen. Even though scheduled prayer is not allowed in school, I believe students should pray on their own time. You don't have to distract the whole class. You don't have to say a loud prayer. You don't even have to say words. I believe God will just meet us where we are. I believe we can pray in our spirit and with our mind. I believe he can comprehend what we say. We don't have to go around making a big fuss, because everybody does not believe in prayer. Everybody does not believe in God. But I believe if we could teach our children at home to pray and to read our word, or the word of God, I believe that would be a big step in the right direction. So students should pray in their own time, even in study hall, even in our free time and recesses. I believe students should pray. I believe also that the reason why many of us, or many times the reason why it's taken out of school, because we have taken prayer and Bible reading out of our own houses. I believe we should train up a child in the way he or she should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. If we want a better world, and I believe that this world needs a change, if we want a better world, we're going to have to teach our kids and teach those that are under us and that going to school how to pray. If we take prayer out of school, how is it going to be a better world? If we take Bible reading out of school, how is it going to be a better world? I want to let you know that prayer and Bible reading is a way that we communicate with God. And if we take it out of school And if we take Bible reading and prayer out of school, what we're simply saying is we don't need to communicate with God. We don't need God's direction. And I want to let you know the reason why we have shooting in school and we have all dropout is at an all-time high. Pregnancy, teen pregnancy is at an all-time high. And that's the reason why. The reason why is because we took prayer and Bible reading out of school. We're simply saying that we don't need God to direct us, that we can go on our own ability. We can do our own thing. Even teachers need to pray. You need to pray. Teachers need to pray on how to deal with the student. We living in a day and time now where students and teachers are sleeping together. I believe that we need prayer back in school. How is it that we're going to be able, we can put them in alternative school, we can put them in OLC, we can put them in detention, and after all those things that we try to do to punish the student, but that's really not what we really need. We need prayer and Bible reading back in school, because Bible reading and prayer will guide them on what they should do. I'm not saying that when we put it back in school that will eliminate all the problems. I'm not saying that all our problems are going to be gone. But in our Bible, Luke 18:1, it says that man ought to always pray and not faint. What it's saying there, all it's saying that we should continue to pray. If it does not happen the first time, if teen pregnancy does not drop, I think we should keep on praying. That's not saying that the first month we're going to be able to eliminate all of the problems. But I'm saying if we put it back in school, keep praying, I believe that we'll see a turnaround in our schools. And as I close tonight, prayer changes things. The world is going in a downward direction. And change needs to happen more now than ever. Prayer and Bible reading should be put back in public school because I believe it will produce a better outcome for our children. And I believe if you want to see future doctors and future lawyers, I believe we should put prayer and Bible reading back in school. Thank you. Thank y'all. That's all.